All right. Are we ready to go from invisible to visible? These are my students. Yes, with their transformational mechanisms, their books, their transformational sound bowls, their books, their PDFs, their I can't wait to interview each and every one of these dynamite people. Oh, look at that plane, Charmaine. You guys, we are ready to take you on another domain. If you are ready, let's start with, oh my gosh, give us some likes, give us some loves. Please share this in your groups, in your memberships. You guys, I have the attention of these students, and I'm so proud of them. We've been in the Voice to Visibility program. We're on our 8th week. This was a challenge to come here to share what they offer the world, what they do with the world. And give me some comments. If you have questions, I'll bring you guys up in the stream. I would love to hear from you. So let's start out with, I'm going to bring up Sally. Sally, you bring joy to the world and people in their golden years. Will you please share what you offer the world and where you take people and a little bit about your story?
Yes, thank you. I will. Have you ever experienced a traumatic event with your parents or worried about your parents as they're aging? Well, I had that happen. I decided to take an hour for my self care and left my phone in the car. And when I left it in the car, I came back after an hour and there was lots and lots of messages, and my mother had had a stroke. And so what happened is I went right to the hospital, and we realized the day before was the last time that we heard my mother speak because she had an aphasic stroke and was unable to speak after that. And then my father, stayed with her while she was in the hospital and in her rehab. And at the end of the rehab, he was very concerned that they would ask her to be placed in a nursing home because she was unable to manipulate on steps. And so we were looking for a solution, and I had an extra room in my house with a kitchenette and a full bathroom. So I pulled him aside and I said, "Would you like to move in with me?" And he looked at me and he said, "We would love that." And so
Oh,
at,
Sally. So how long was that?
Well, so when we got into the meeting, the first thing the social worker said was, "Here's a list of nursing homes." So we ended up. I said, "No, we're coming to my house," and she said, "That's the best thing you could do." And my mother then lived for 7 years, and my father lived another year and a half after that.
I
And
love that.
while they were with me, I was able to write my book, "Wishing You Greatness." And so now,
Yes, you're an author and you, okay, share, hold up your book again. What is the name of your book?
"Wishing You Greatness."
I love that. And what is that book about? Give me a few key points of your book.
Well,
That
this
book.
book really is just about bringing greatness to my grandson at the time. I was raising him also, and he was going to a tech school and needed some encouragement. Every time I'd ask him how he was doing, he'd only write back great. So I said, I'm going to come up with phrases and words that I could say to him in his greatness. So in
Oh,
doing that, what
I
happened
love
was,
it.
yeah.
So, how do we find out more about bringing joy in your golden years? If you're shut down, if you're depressed, if share more. I mean, how do we find out more? Where do we go?
Thank you. You can go to my private Facebook group, which is Sally Brings Joy. And what I'm going to be working with is how, if people in their golden years, if they feel empty as though something is missing, to have them help them feel fulfilled. If they're feeling low energy, that they feel alive and energetic. And if they're sedentary and feeling isolated, to feel connection and move. And
Oh,
so,
I
yeah,
love it.
book, my
Yes.
Facebook group.
Thank you, Sally. And thank you for bringing joy into my life, for being in this group and this Voice to Visibility program. Each and every one of these students, you guys, have a gift. You may want to hang out here and ask questions. And thank you, Judy Reynolds, for being here. Thank you, Patricia, for being here. And you know what? Share this link, you guys. Each one of these individuals, experts, have a gift. And I would love to introduce Karen Toth,
Yeah.
who, Karen, she's all about the moves method and moves mindset and mastery, right, Karen? And you're a best-selling author as well. And I know you've just come off a weekend with Kevin Trudeau. You're a
Yeah,
level, what level are you?
level 7 senior officer, and starting next month in July, I'll be starting the level 8 training, which is for 4 days, 4 times a year.
I love it. And I had the honor to work with you, and I actually did a session. You guys, she was offering an amazing sessions online, and I can't wait. Karen, what do you offer the world, and what do you have the ability to do? Obviously, you're an author, trainer, speaker. You've been in this field and you're into energy work, which I'm all about. So share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I work with a lot of children with special needs, which kind of came to me through my teacher. And so I do one-on-ones with children with special needs, or any age from 0 to 99 plus. Or I do group classes online, and I'm, working right now with Dr. Carney to create a really awesome and amazing thing that's going to be cost effective for everybody, anybody that could benefit. So what I do is I take people from pain to pleasure, or take them from the impossible to the possible, all through movement, right? And what happens is, quite often, because you're doing movements and creating new neural connections, your mindset shifts. And when your mindset shifts, you get closer to being the master of your life, whatever that looks like. Whether you want a good relationship with your children and spouse, whether you want to be financially successful, whether you want to be really healthy, you're going to be in the mindset to get there. And it's all done through moves. And right today, I'm suggesting people can go to my Healthy Body Moves Facebook groups.
Okay.
And there is a
So they
free
can
book.
find the link, find more about you. And do you have free gifts there? And
I
we're going to put
do.
all the links, you guys, all the links will be below once we wrap up this interview below. And feel free to share with people that you know that are having, in their golden years, with Sally, with, pain to, energy work. And Karen, I want to ask you real quick. Can you give me a recent example of a student you've worked with that is, made a big difference in their life? Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, I'm working right now with a little girl that's got CVI. So what I think it means is she's had a lot of brain damage, and so her visual cortex isn't connected to her eyes, so she can't really see much. But I've been working with her like for an intensive for this is the 3rd week now, and you can see she's starting to look even a little bit more. And she doesn't walk yet because she's only 3. She's not quite verbal yet, but she's starting to babble more. She's starting to pull herself up to standing, and she'll go for a few seconds without touching anything. So, working with the kids just brings my heart to such a joyful place, right? She'll go for a few seconds.
Yeah, I love that.
So
Charmaine or somebody. Okay, thank you. Karen, Patricia, thank you. Karen, becoming the master of your own life and helping children and adults. We need more of this in the world. How fantastic is that? I can't agree with you more, Patricia. I know that going through her session, I was in major pain with my back. And after going through some breathing exercises, what was that call? It was literally maybe an hour, Karen, with your students. I
Yeah, but
felt it was in an hour,
55 minutes. Yeah.
55 minutes. I felt so much release after that. And I slept so well that night. And you know what? It's amazing the muscles and it was slight moves. It wasn't like intense exercising, which I loved. So thank you, Karen. Yeah, so find out more through her Facebook group. I know she's got gifts there. And I know Dr. Judy, yeah, as a child advocate, I really like the potential in this, Karen. Yeah. Dr. Judy, this is what is so powerful about interviewing each of these individuals. You learn more and more about what they do, what they offer the world, and the ability they have through their testimonials. So I'm going to move on to Christopher. Christopher, I've loved
Hello.
your presence. Yes, your energy in
Thank
this
you.
group. You're amazing and you're all about mindset, mission and moves. And what I find very powerful that speaks for me from the heart and is your ability to take people that have been abused emotionally, physically, verbally. I mean, verbally, I've been abused, I mean, for 30 plus years. And it was over that. And you have the ability to take people to dive into the mindset, and especially women. And you have this great demeanor. You have the ability to, in this soft spoken way about you, that I connected with you immediately. And I'm just so proud of what you offer the world. We need to get your message out more as a male working with female energy and females, because I know that when I pitched on Joel's stage on his cruise, Design Your Destiny, and when people from Singapore and Malaysia were there, and I only had 30 seconds to share my story on stage, and they came running up to me bawling, sharing with me the abuse and the abandonment and emotional, physical. They were in tears and thanked me. And I know you have the ability to help so many women from a male perspective. I think it's really huge. So share a little bit about yourself, what you offer the world, and maybe a testimonial of someone you've helped.
So, thank you for the generous introduction, Cheryl. The question that I like to ask your audience is, how long more are you willing to withstand the toxic relationship before you do a snip? So I have a recent case where it's a female that is age 60, a homemaker in a very toxic relationship, only to raise two young boys who have also started to become disrespectful to their mothers. And that was, I guess, the final straw that she could actually tell herself enough is enough. So, in one discovery call and 3 follow up sessions, she was able to look within herself and shift her mindset, which is everything, right?
Yep.
And look into a new mission and the necessary moves that she need to reinvent her life. And today, while she has left the toxic relationship, she has recreated a new relationship with her two boys. And I asked her, what's the best thing out of this worst situation that you have experienced?
Yeah.
And she said something really profound. And she said that, look, Chris, if I do not do this for myself, that's on me.
Yes.
If I don't do it for my two boys, their wife will be in the same situation, because that's how they learn it from their parents.
Yes. This is so profound, Christopher. And I've done some deep work over the last 16 years on this myself at being abused, to the
Kudos to
point.
you.
Yeah, that I lost my own identity. I didn't know who I was. And it was my daughter that snuck to the basement to call 911 to have her father taken away in handcuffs. And I had to really dive in deep, and it's like serve, and it's all about our daughters. And you guys, we have some amazing experts here on this call that I'm interviewing here. And Cheryl, I can't wait to get to you, and Jerry, chiropractic from pain. And then we've got a travel expert, Charmaine, and then Barbara. Oh my gosh, actress, working with actresses and actors and very elite people in the world as myself. And after spending $500,000 myself to find my own voice, it's been a process. And Christopher, what you offer the world is incredible. It's a gift. And I know you have this gift, and you've taken so many people from the pain into discovering their mindset, like you said, the mission that they're on and the moves they need to make. And so how do we find out more? How do we find out more about you? And where can people, everybody, the link will be below. And Christopher, here, Patricia, to me, it seems like a gift to be able to empower others by giving them tools and techniques to use in their lives. This is an amazing gift. You're right, Patricia. I'm so grateful. Patricia, Dr. Judy, they're with us live. I think, Lisa, please make a comment. Please give us some love. Please share this live in your groups, in your Facebook, on your personal page. These people have gifts and free gifts to offer you guys. You guys, these are experts. I've been working with them for over the last 8 weeks, and I'm just so proud of each and every one of them and what they offer the world. So, Christopher, thank you. We go to your Facebook group. We will put the links in the comments below. Please please share this live stream. So why don't let's go to Charmaine. Charmaine,
Yes,
I would love,
thank you.
yes, Charmaine, you and I have been working together for a while, and I'd love for you to share what you offer the world, because you have the ability, and you've got so many great inside secrets in traveling and group traveling, right? And the Aussie and the Kiwi. Can you share with our audience what you offer the world? I would love to hear your message.
Thank you, Crystal. G'day and kia ora. That's hello in Australian and New Zealand. What I offer, I help explorers of all ages come down under to share my homeland of Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, just don't want to wreck that. The Australian.
What is that?
That is
a boomerang.
That's how you come back. And this is a Kiwi. So I offer unique full service tour packages, and you can have a great experience and do all this without breaking the bank.
And you do retreats, like you can do retreats.
I can do retreats, wine tours, complete holidays for Australia and New Zealand. I actually have a really unique tour that we ended up making during COVID, which was called Motorsport. So you can drive around in a Ferrari, you're driven in that, but then you can take control of a racing car.
Oh, yeah.
I
have the need for speed. Charmaine, I don't think you know this about me. I have the need for speed.
Oh, then I've given you the wrong retreat, dear.
Yeah, you get me behind a car that I can drive and pedal to the metal. Watch out, you guys. I love it. I love that the force and the feeling of being in control.
Oh, well, I can do that. I will send you that one. You've got the wrong retreat there, Crystal, the wrong one.
And then you've worked, and what I love about what you do, Charmaine, you've taken high schoolers and groups and explained like rugby groups, people all over the world, high school, and you create groups in these tours that people don't know about, the regular tour. So if you guys, Australia, New Zealand, oh my gosh, and it's winter there right now, right? The
It is
weather.
winter. The
Yeah.
days are sunny, but the mornings are cool, the nights are cool. So
Yeah.
it is winter here at the moment. But yes, I bring students down from America and Canada that do music, so band directors. And I actually have a group coming next month from Ireland to watch the Ireland rugby team play the New Zealand All Blacks. So
Wow.
I bring
That's
groups from
phenomenal.
Ireland, Wales, and all round.
And let me share, I mean, how long have you been in this industry, Charmaine? It comes from your parents. Share an experience like, about your parents. You've been in this industry for a long time and you have quite the story with this. And you understand this behind the scenes with travel and group travel because you've been brought with your family in this industry, right?
Yeah. My parents actually started when I was 21. They were in the industry for 35 years. Now, don't think because you own your own business, you can get out and see the world, because it took them actually 25 years before they actually got a holiday. They were too busy making holidays for everybody else. So they did the group tours, and then I worked for them for 10 out of their 35 years. And the last 7 years I've been out on my own. And the first American group that I had come down was a school group out of Denver, and they had 215 people. 50 of those
Wow.
were parents. So that took 5 coach loads.
Yes.
So that was pretty good. And
Oh, yeah.
I must say, my very first group I got to work on with my parents, you would not believe what group it was. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
Oh, I love it.
They
So-
were going from Australia to go and do a tour around New Zealand, and I had to ring all the hotels to check out what they were like, because you just don't think, if you're a dwarf, you can't
Right.
climb the stairs, you can't climb into a bathtub. So
Oh my
was thrown
yeah.
in the deep end for my very first group. It was really sad because they ended up cancelling. They didn't sell enough tickets.
Oh,
But that was an experience, because you'd never think that you'd have to ring around to check out the hotels. You
Yeah.
don't want a spa, you don't want a 2-story,
exactly.
So I did learn a lot from my very first group.
Oh yeah, I can learn a lot from that. In high school, we were is it the 7 dwarfs? 8, yeah. And you don't want to know who I was. I wasn't happy. And we had to dress up Halloween, you guys. It brings me back to my childhood and the stories, you guys. That is a phenomenal story, Charmaine. And I just
Well, I'm all
love,
about making memories.
I know you are. And that through travel and experiencing New Zealand and Australia, I mean, what a better way. And how do we find out more about what you offer? Where do they go?
GreatTourExperiences.com.
Okay.
That's for international. From Australia, it's .nz. And I also have a private Facebook page, which is Great Tour Experiences. And it's
Awesome.
a group page.
Yep. We will put the links below, you guys, to find out more. This is a special group. These are my students. We're in the 8th week, and it's all about bringing their voice to visibility online, on camera, and they have so many special gifts. We've become very close. And I'm so proud of them. Yes, you're right. Rockstar group here. Who is a Facebook user? They need to join StreamYard. You guys, please give us some likes. Please give us some shares. And if you have questions from any of my audience or experts here that we've got a few more we're going to interview here, please let me know and put your comments in the page. So I am going to move on to someone that I really near and dear, and I went through a session. It's Cheryl Hall. Cheryl, this woman, you guys, I met in another group. We were part of a group which was phenomenal, and it was awesome that we were able to share our masterclass, our free masterclass, which I thought was brilliant to do online, and then have each and every one of us come on and share our gift. And same thing with Barbara that's here in the group that I'm coming to here shortly. We were able to do our live masterclass, and we were guaranteed 3 or 4 people in the group to show up in our masterclass. And that's how I found you guys, you, Barbara, here on this live stream right now. If I didn't go in there and offer my gift to the world, do my free masterclass, which if you go to crystal.click, you'll see the pop-up link. You'll see more about this Voice to Visibility group. All of these students were on my free masterclass, signed up. They've been in the program. This is the 8th week. And the value, I've even learned from each and every one of them. But I feel that we're improving, we're growing, right, you guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I think each and every one of us have learned so much in going from invisible to visible online, from video, doing this live stream, and what you offer the world, and especially in our free masterclass. So, Cheryl, I have to share with you, you brought me on a Zoom, and you had a number of students on that Zoom that you had taken through your transformation. You have 3 or 4 techniques that you take people from in trauma to find their voice, similar to what I do for Voice to Visibility, find their voice that have been stuck, abused, trauma. We all have trauma in our lives. And for me, it was that, what do you call it? The heritage. It's the
family constellation work.
Family constellation work. All you did in less than 10 minutes is ask me a couple questions. And I realized it was my heritage, the abuse from my heritage. You guys, this woman has sound energy. It's sound. I'm all about energy. I've always been about energy. I've worked with, Karen and Donnie Epstein, who's Tony Robbins' energy healer. I've worked with a lot of energy healers to find my own voice over the last 20 years, you guys, and $500,000 later. But she can get you there much quicker. Cheryl can get you there very quickly. And I have to tell you, Cheryl, you asked me a few questions, and taking me through your process, I had tears streaming down my face. And the energy and the validation that I know that I matter, and that I'm breaking the lineage of the abuse with my own 2 daughters was probably the most profound, biggest thing that has happened to me in a long time. So I have to kudos to you for that.
My honor.
Yes. Why don't you share with our audience here what you offer the world, and maybe some of your techniques, and then obviously how we're going to find out more, because I adore you.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. So I work with women who've been abused and have experienced trauma to help them release that easily, quickly, permanently, because I went through the abuse myself in childhood and spousal abuse. And over the decades, I've looked for everything that I could do to get through it without re-traumatizing and telling the story over and over and over. It just cements it in there. So I came into energy work, and I've combined family constellation work, how you stay connected to your family system, unconsciously repeating patterns. And that can be shifted, along with the power of intention and what we want in life, along with this sound healing that really releases, so you can release a lot physically, emotionally, spiritually with that, but also that I teach self-healing techniques. Your voice is free. Hey,
Yeah.
let's use it. We can use it
Right.
as a frequency to heal. So mine is about doing this quickly, easily, gently, safely, so you can have your power for your authentic self, feel loved for who you are, and feel safe doing it.
Yes. I love this, and you have a challenge coming up
Yes,
starting.
I
When does
do.
your challenge start? And then you have, I mean, the sound healing. I can't wait to bring this to my audience. The sound healing. Give me a recent example of someone that you've helped through your process with the sound healing or with the new techniques that you're teaching.
So I developed the Kuiper method where I integrated all three. And one person that I worked with had gut issues, and she had them forever. And we did the constellation and found that her brother died 3 days after he was born with his guts outside his body. So we released that, and I did the power of intention as well as the sound healing with her, and gut issues gone. This was with one session, gut issues gone. And for the first time in 20 years, she could lay flat on her back with no pain. We weren't even
Yeah.
working on that.
Yep.
So it can affect physically and emotionally, but I've also seen it. They will see a difference in their life emotionally as well. Anxiety drops, they're off half of their medicines. So there's so many things, but yes, and I also teach them how to continue to do that themselves so they don't have to come back to me every time that they
Exactly.
need the sound healing. So you have inspired me so much, Crystal, that I have a 5-day challenge June 13th to help,
Yes.
and it is to help women discover the power of them to self-heal,
Yeah.
develop that power and embrace that power so they create the life they want, where they feel seen, heard, safe, and loved for their authentic self. So I will put a link for the 5-day challenge, and anyone who signs up gets a free PDF on how is your past trauma affecting your life.
Awesome.
And if they continue to come to the 5-day challenge, will be there'll be a drawing day 6 for
Okay.
everyone who's participated. Check in and make sure you're there. Invite people, and you get your name in every time someone shows up. So if 4 people show up, you invited plus you. That's 5 times it goes in. And what do you get? You get this mantra medallion that says, I am enough. And it is amazing, beautiful coin.
I want the medallion.
Second place will get a stone. You are enough and you are
Oh,
powerful. So
I love it.
share it, because I will help them discover, develop, and embrace the power of them and their self-healing ability.
I'm so proud of you for getting in massive action during this program. You are in massive action, lady. Cheryl, I mean, to even put a 5-day challenge, and I'm going to gift you and bring you more and more, you guys. This is the way to get your program off the ground. And to bring value in that 5-day challenge, and you keep it short, simple.
Yep.
You have so many healing modalities and experience. And I can't wait to learn about your new one that you're just getting certified in.
Just got
That
certified, yes.
Yeah, we've all been, and Barbara and I mean, we can go wait. The certifications all of us have earned. Oh my God. If I combined this group alone, holy cow, and all the programs we've been through and the knowledge and what we can gift the world, that's where it's so profound. And I'm so proud of you, Cheryl, stepping into action and really um, reining it in and pulling it in. And I know you have so many special gifts because when I interviewed you and I had people that had referred people to you that they didn't even realize they had an issue and then they were healed from their hearing or something. I was like, oh my gosh, there's people that are referring people to you that you're healing in 1 or 2 sessions. And you know what? How do we find out more? Right. And she didn't even realize, she's like, you healed me and you didn't even realize it until I interviewed you.
Right.
I think it's hysterical. You guys, you have no idea. That's why your stories, your testimonials, the people, and speaking from the heart and sharing your life's work through video and doing these lives, you have no idea who's out there waiting for you to hear your message, to go from where they're at in pain. I'm not for everybody. I'm not, but I'm here to share these people's gifts. My gift is to help them go from invisible to visible, get their message out, and make a difference in the lives of others so that we can work as a community. We've all been shut down over the last 7.5 years. And I'm just so grateful to have these students in my beta group. I have an amazing group, and there's more beyond that. There were some that didn't want to join us tonight, which I will be interviewing soon. And thank you, Patricia and Dr. Judy. We're going to get get everything out there and get their message out. And Cheryl, yeah, sound energy is the future of healing, along with nutrition, of course. You know what? Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm going to move on to Jerry, and then I'll wrap up with Barbara, because Barbara I can't wait, because Barbara and we were introduced, and Sally, we came to Joel's event, and it was so great to meet them in person. And I know I'm going to meet you, Cheryl, and Jerry, and Christopher in Singapore, and Charmaine in Australia, and Sally and Barbara. We had so much fun. So there's nothing like the human touch. I mean, I'm trying to gift you guys my life's work through these powerful people. And Patricia and Dr. Judy, just stay tuned. I know they're in the background. They're here with us. And I'm so grateful to have this powerhouse group. So, Jerry, you are life longevity. You take people from in pain to you have quite the story. And I've learned more about you on a very deep, profound level. And I won't bring up the story, but I had you crying in this sessions. And I have to tell you how profound it made me feel to draw that out of you, that impact and what you've been through in your life and why you do what you do, because no one had really asked you to share that story. And we go through this program, right, with the Voice to Visibility, and a lot of us here were on that session, and it brought tears to my eyes. And I'm just so proud of you for stepping in. You are a go-getter. You have come so far. Each and every one of you have. Some of you have never done a live video before, and you guys are doing lives. You're getting so great at your how-to videos, which you're training, taking people from pain to their passion, living their dream. And Jerry, I just have to say, I'm so appreciative. I'm grateful you're in this group. And why don't you share what your ability, what you love, and you're very passionate about this. where you take people from and where you want to bring people to.
Yeah, well, it's always challenging for me to share really what I do and where I go because I come from a fairly esoteric background, getting into yoga 13 through my mother, and then going off to India when I was 20, 21, 22, and then studying polarity energy balancing in the States in 79. It's 43 years ago with an incredible guy called Dr. Randolph Stone, who was also a chiropractor and osteopath, similar to myself. And so I actually come from a energetic, esoteric background, but at the age of 26, I'm now 67. Actually, today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Yay!
Yeah. So it's been actually a 43-year journey. But at 26, my Saturn return, I made a conscious choice because I was already doing yoga and massage and teaching polarity energy balancing right around Australia. I'm from Sydney, Australia. And I decided, look, I'm doing work by the converted, for the converted. How can I touch more people? And I looked at physical therapy, acupuncture, chiropractic. And I actually chose chiropractic. So I've wrapped this multidimensional being called Dr. Jerry
Yes.
in a so-called credibility, just to be able to, I guess what I do is I combine ancient wisdom with modern science. That's really what I do.
Yeah.
And then to be legitimate with my mission statement, it's about empowering 50 to 65-year-olds to turn back the clock. Where are we?
Which I
Here we go.
love.
We actually turn
Turning-
back the clock.
And Jerry,
And feel young forever.
Jerry, who doesn't want to turn back the clock? Here, give me
Yeah.
some love here on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this live stream, if it's the replay, we all want to reverse the aging process. We all want to turn back the clock. I love that. And great analogy and great transformational mechanism that you just used that I learned from Joel Bauer.
And you got to be asking, where has this come from? So it's actually wasn't a sort of a will conscious thought. Being a chiropractor, osteopath, and yoga teacher, and being profoundly passionate about movement and breath. I mean, I'm the founder of the BAM technique.
Yes. So what is the BAM technique?
Align and move. So many people, if you go online, so many videos on YouTube on movement. None of those really articulately combine breath with the movement. And there's another whole quality from my yoga training. So it's a matter of starting off with amazing how many people have dysfunctional shut down diaphragms and breathing. And
Yes.
the idea is then to then bring that into alignment. Physical alignment moves into spiritual, mental, emotional alignment. I'm sure Cheryl and Karen would agree with that one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then what you do is you then take that into movement. And there's so much focus on change your life now. Move into life, create from your will. But the problem is it from alignment? Is it from interconnection?
Right.
And so by bringing in the breath and bringing the breath into the alignment, Eckhart Tolle, I've had so many mentors, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But certainly one of them is Eckhart Tolle that talks about the power of now. And
Yep.
from that place, all is from now. And how to actually get to that point is Eckhart talks about tuning into the inner energy body. So
Love that.
it's all about tuning into the body. How can you tune into the body? Well, just be aware of your breath.
Right.
Yeah. So
how do we find out more about you, Jerry? Because I know you bring in, like you said, share that again, because you've been to India, you work with major people with your story. And I mean, that's where you've brought in the energy work with your chiropractic work, with the mindset, the mission, the mood, all of that. into your mastery of longevity and turning back the clock, right? Turning back the clock to live a life of our dreams. And so how do we find out more about you?
So you go to my website, lifelongvitality.org, O-R-G, and on the homepage, I'm happy to gift you all my 13 video series on boosting your energy and improving your posture.
Awesome. Awesome. So the links will be below once we wrap up this live stream. And I want to move on to Barbara. Barbara, wow, I was just so honored to meet you, first of all, when we first met in the group we were in. And wow, what a dynamic background you have. You not only are an author, you have you authored a couple of books?
Well, I've authored one book and I've been in several other books and chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've worked with Master Bob Proctor for how many years did you work with Bob?
For 8 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
So when I met you, and you came into my free masterclass, I was like, I'm curious, why me? And because your background, but you need to come up with your own program, your own course, because you're such a dynamic lady. You've worked with the Olsen twins. You work with actress. You've had an academy. You have a profound background. And I love what you're up to in bringing people's stories into like an acting type of environment to find their voice as well and to share their gifts. So share a little bit with our audience of what you do and how you bring value, obviously, and maybe a little bit of a story of one of your amazing testimonials that you have. Obviously, you have amazing testimonials, but yeah, share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, thank you for that introduction, first of all. And, it's rare that I promote myself. So it's always nice to have somebody else promote me. And what I discovered was that I'm really good at promoting other people, right? So it's helping other people be really successful, helping other people achieve their dreams. I show people how to really perform at a high level. I move the needle in their business as well as in their personal lives, and show people how to stop procrastinating, say goodbye to perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and to stop postponing the life of their dreams. So it's become a passion of mine to help people rewire their brains. I'm a brain geek, and to reprogram their minds. So, and the way to do that is through the higher self. And the program that I've done with, Bob Proctor over the years with mastermind groups has been really connecting. You can't change the mind from the mind you already have.
Right.
So I became very passionate about how do you connect to those higher parts in order to listen deeply. And from my entertainment background, that I was in the entertainment world for 30 years, really discovered in this work that people are not allowing themselves to feel. So I pull performance out of people and I help people feel. And that's the self-image piece, because people are using their thinking mind, thinking that that's going to create in their outer world the results that they want. But more often than not, they're not connected on an emotional level, on a deeper emotional level, and dropping into their bodies. So I get people to act out their goals, be in their bodies, express themselves, and be a little bit more bold. So the people who, have been silenced in their lives, work with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of salespeople who've got those voices, and that inner dialogue and that lower self-image. So it's really a form of, using mindset, success principles, to strategize for people how to, as you would say, be their authentic selves, live their greatest version of themselves, step into their genius zone, and find the confidence. Because the great thing is that success can be taught and confidence can be learned.
Yes, I love that. And wow, acting into your voice and like going from invisible to visible. I don't know a better way, Barbara. So how do we find out more about you and what you offer? Do you have free gifts, or
I have a
share
free-
with our audience,
yeah.
what you have?
If you go to thecodeToSuccess.com, I have a free download that's, be the star of your own movie. So essentially it's about write out your life script and, come from the end in mind, connecting. Most people are challenged connecting the dots to their future self. And how do you, access the feelings? You have to have that clear picture of where you're going. Most people are lost without an aim in
Yes.
life. And so to really come back to the beginning and bring that, future to the present moment is a challenge for most people. So I show people how to connect to that. And the Code to Success, you have a free PDF download where it's, are you the star of your own movie?
I love it. Well, that is a wrap with my amazing experts here. And you guys, to find out more, please share the link. Please post in where all of their links will be in the comments below once we wrap. And please share this video if you know anyone that is looking. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to cover here. There's no way I can go through this. We'll be on here another hour. But any wrap up sentence or any comments anybody would like to share before we wrap up and end this call? Anybody?
Crystal, you have been amazing. You have given so much to this group and gotten me out there to do my soul passion as well as the rest of these people. And I'm just honored to be part of your group and just thrilled to have met you.
Oh, that warms my heart. And I feel that way about each and every one of you here. Cheryl, yeah, thank you. Because this has been, I know it's my life's work to get your message out, to go from invisible to visible online, on stage, on camera, and sharing your life's work. Jerry, happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday today. What a way to celebrate your birthday by being on this live. And any other comments that anyone wants to share in closing?
Yeah, I've got to say, it is my birthday. This is like a second family.
Yeah.
The feedback that I've got over the 8 weeks in those groups it's just been amazing. It's really had a big shift in just a lot of my wording and the way I work. So you guys are amazing.
Yeah,
Been
thank you, Jerry.
A wonderful experience.
We
Happy
love you.
birthday. Yeah. I'd like to say that I say to people, you don't really know who you are, and you probably never will until you discover the parts of yourself you haven't yet met. You have to pretend. And I think that, Crystal, why I've joined you in your work is because you care and you are inspiring, and you inspire people to step off that comfort zone, off that ledge, and to discover those parts that they haven't yet. So this is, really necessary.
Oh, thank you. And that is what I'm passionate about, diving in deep to find deep within you that each and every one of you listening, each and every one of my students, we all know we have a gift, but it's hard to be with ourselves and know our gifts. Oh, I love you. You are powerful, Cheryl. I have to thank each and every one of you, and thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Dr. Judy, Lisa, M. I think you guys were on the live, and I love each and every one of you and can't wait to interview each and every one of you. You go to crystal.click to find out more about Voice to Visibility, this program, I've tons of free gifts. I mean, so many, I can't list them. And all of my students here have free gifts, you guys. Please check them out. Please click on the link. The links will be below tonight. Please share this link. And happy birthday, Jerry. I don't know a better way to celebrate week 8 with you and
Thank
going
you.
live. Yeah. Thank you guys. We'll wrap and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.